Welcome to our slideshow that shows to us the transition from Seton Catholic High School to St. John the Evangelist Pastoral Center. When our beloved Seton Catholic closed in June of 2007, we had a decision to make about what to do with the building, so we decided that we'd complete the mission for which the school was founded in 1864 to proclaim the gospel. So we opened our Care and Concern free health clinic in November of 2007. Then we continued our tradition of CCD education and youth and family ministry. When our school burned in February of 1960, it continued on St. John's and then Seton Catholic because there was a commitment to education here in Pittston. We wanted our young people to know about Jesus and grow up in their faith in a very special way. This is our old boiler that's going to be replaced, and the one in the background, which you can hardly see, is the old coal fire boiler, which was never taken out of the building. This is one of the classrooms that's being used for storage right now because we have ceiling tiles and other elements that are going to be replaced. All this room is going to be totally renovated, but if you look to the top, you'll see the old lighting system and the old ceiling tiles and other items that have just are very, very much in need of being replaced. Again, one of our classrooms without the replacement windows on the right and somewhat in disarray, but at least it gives you an idea of what it looked like and what it's about to see, which is pretty exciting. And as you can see, our Care and Concern ministries, they feature the 5 ministries I just spoke of, but it does not include our kids' toy and book corner because it had not been established when we placed this sign over the door welcoming people. You'll see here some of the areas of the building that are been renovated to some degree. To the left, we have the hallway where we have our health clinic, and to the right, you'll see the original meeting room, gathering rooms, and then some areas which are still being under construction and about to be transformed. And now you see some of the rooms before renovations, the lockers that have been that are now gone, and the boys' room and the women's room that will be refurbished. One has been totally refurbished. One has to be refurbished yet. This slide shows some of our young people in the parade, and also young people came to visit us, to assist us. Those planning for the food pantry giveaway in December, and our hard workers in our building who totally transformed into something beautiful and new. This shows us our young people from our youth ministry and other young people or their friends preparing for the toy giveaway at Christmas time. To our right, the young people came to us from the medical college in Scranton who came here to do their volunteer service. And in the background, you'll see Gloria Blandina and Dr. Callahan. On the left-hand side, you can see where we broke through the wall to put a door in to have access for our food pantry. But to the right, you see this beautiful entranceway that was provided for us by the Lithuanian Social Beneficial Club from Butler Street. They provided this ramp so we could bring everything right into the building, the food, all the foods and fruits and vegetables. This is our meeting room, our gathering space for the health clinic and the food pantry, and we have the mission statement of our clinic on the left-hand side on the wall, which says that everybody's going to be welcomed here with great dignity and great hospitality because we want to serve them as we would serve them as the Lord would expect us to. And then this is a glimpse of one of the doctor's offices on the left-hand side, an exam room, this beautifully decorated room. These are 4 rooms that you'll see as we go through this, which we have welcoming space. So anybody coming in here has a sense that they're being treated with great respect. And this is, again, the waiting room for the clinic, but it shows you the cubicles where our social workers, we have social workers who work here to help anybody who are in need of food stamps or insurance. We get them insurance and provide them with all the services that should be coming to them that they may not know about. But these social workers are volunteers. Everybody's a volunteer who works in our Care and Concern ministries. We get a scene of our nurses station exam rooms. The exam rooms to the left where vital signs are taken by our nurses. On the right, the station where they are greeted with great hospitality. And now we get something we're proud of. We don't like to show pictures of restrooms, but we're proud of this. This was the boys' room at one point in our school, and now it's totally renovated with 3 cubicles similar to this, handicapped accessible for our visitors. We get a view of our beautiful pediatric clinic exam room with a digital baby scale. Shows our elephant where they can examine children, but on the left-hand side, the old-fashioned baby scale, which we no longer use because we purchased 2 digital scales. And then this is the library upstairs. It's a bit of a mess, but this is the transformation of the library into the family and youth ministry room. And now you see all the library shelves with tons and tons. We had 700 and some toys that we gave out to families during Christmas time. Enormous amount of work that our young people provided along with many, many volunteers. Toy and book corner. So there's all these toys inside this room. Outside along the walls are books. We asked the children to take a book so they learn better how to read, and also on the left hand side they can take a toy, but there's a little bit of a ploy because we expect them to take a book or 2 before they get a toy. You see our spring and summer clothes closet with beautiful clothes that are provided for us by many people, including our own parishioners and others.
Okay.
We now have a view of our fall winter clothes closet. Again, beautiful clothes to provide for needy children and families. And this is Pat Mitchell on Extreme Right. He's talking to Peggy Burke, one of our co-directors of the food pantry, because they just brought in tons and tons and tons of food that the kids from Pittston area collected for the food pantry. And then it's Carl Bose with his hands on his hips. He's the co-director along with some of our volunteers who packaged the food for the families. This past week, it just so happens we gave out 82 packages of food. And then this is some of the stuff that's on the shelves for our families. We try to make sure they get the proper mixture of things, and also to make sure that those people who are diabetic get special packages of food. And then this is the food lined up. They'll get paper supplies, they'll get non-perishable foods, they'll get fruits, they'll get vegetables, they'll get milk, they'll get frozen meats. Wonderful service to the needy. And this is the freezer that we purchase in order to keep things that we get that are donated that are frozen, so that we can then give to families who are in need. And our van. You couldn't do without the van because the van is essential to go pick up all the items that we need for the pantry. And here are some of the classrooms before they're renovated. So notice the lights. We have the new windows in, but the lights are pretty shabby. And this was our religious education space. And this is our beautifully renovated room. And this is another little quick, it's like being on a roller coaster, but one of our young people, Brooks Reinish, took this and he's giving you a shot as if you're walking down and looking into the classrooms and seeing how it's very, very nicely painted. And so we're going to take this tour for just a few seconds. You can peek into the classroom and see how each one is very, very different according to the needs of the children, whether they're little kids in kindergarten or first graders or preparing for First Holy Communion, or they're in the upper grades preparing for confirmation. Each room has a personality all its own. That just happened to be the chapel that we peeked into just for a brief second, and here at the end of the hall is a nice sitting space. And here's the room on the upper top left is part of the Father McGroarty room that we've been using for meetings. It's going to be renovated for that purpose, and some of our young people sitting down the bottom. And then this is the room on the top floor, which is the 4th floor near the library. We have a sitting space for our young people along with tables for ping pong and otherwise for their recreation. And you'll see the renovations on the left-hand side of a classroom and the right-hand side of the chapel. We put in the new heating elements along with the windows and the ceiling tiles and lights. And this is our chapel with the altar in the front. And we have the back section. We have the Stations of the Cross that are around the perimeter of the room for teach our children for devotional purposes. And this is the room that's going to be the future Father McGroarty meeting room. We use tables from up in the a library for this purpose, but also you'll see that it's going to be totally renovated for meeting space for the parish along with archives. And this is a bathroom, the new bathroom in the cafeteria, which was a mess in the past, but beautifully renovated. All this work, most of this work done by Rick Reinish and his crew, our own people in the parish.
Go.
You can see the listing of all our ministries, the date they were founded, our directors, and the amounts of people we have served. And we include this in our bulletins every weekend. God bless you for providing this ministry. We conclude with our mission statement that challenges us to love and serve the Lord and one another, and we surely do that. God bless you all.